Hello, all the Lady Jesus family. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a long time coming, guys. I have a lot to say about my inconsistency for the past 2 years, and that was why before now I deem it fit to make a post on the community, so please check it out. So guys, I've gotten a lot of messages on my Instagram. Some people have reached out to me and they have been asking, how is Australia? How is life in Australia? What are the pros and cons of living in Australia? And I have decided that this is not something I'm going to be talking to each person, and I am fully aware that so many people out there are interested in knowing about Australia because there are so many misconceptions we have heard about this beautiful country. June 16 is going to be marking 2 years of me living in this country. So in this video, I'm going to be giving my honest review about living in Australia for the past 2 years. And please remember that our experiences and realities are different because we all grew up from different culture, different background, different nationality. So our way of life, our perception, our understanding, and generally how we perceive things to be is going to be different. So please don't come at me if I say one or two things that you are not comfortable with, because just as I said earlier, that my experiences here are subjective. It doesn't mean that Mr. A or Mrs. B is actually experiencing a similar thing. The first thing I will be sharing here in this video is the pros. And first thing I want you to know is that Australian has a very high quality of life. I know that this is no longer news to you if you have taken your time to make a bit of research. Australia has very good economy, they have high productivity, they have good standard of living, they have high quality healthcare, and so on. Currently, the present unemployment rate in Australia is 4.1% according to statistics, while the present employment rate is about 64%. What does that tell you? We are doing well, right? Of course. So guys, another thing I'm going to be sharing why I feel Australia is a good place to be is the fact that both professional jobs and trade jobs have a very high salary, or should I say their salaries are fair. Australia is pretty a stable country, both economically and politically. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the high standard of education. Comparing where I came from to my experiences in the college running my masters, I'm going to tell you that it is superb. And everyone who have tested the educational system here in Australia, from primary school to high school and to college, is going to tell you that I am not kidding. Like, I am not making a false story out of what I'm going to say. Australia University has a very good standard of education, and it has been ranked among the 100 best university globally. What does it tell you? It means that the educational system is what's top notch. And in 2023, the educational system in Australia ranked the 3rd best all over the world. Like, who can beat that? This is me bringing facts to tell you that the educational system in Australia is doing so well. Personally, based on my master program I'm currently running and the other courses I've taken, I am going to say that the system is doing absolutely awesome. Another beautiful thing about Australia is the fact that you are able to access beautiful landscapes, sceneries, outdoor activities. So if you are the type that always want to get to the mountains, get to the hills, trust me, you are going to see lots of them. It is like every suburb, I can say, has or have a beautiful mountain, hill, sceneries that will keep so much memories for you. The fourth thing that is positive about living in Australia is the fact that the Australians are very polite. Most often, I have come across both the locals and the immigrants, and they have spoken to me in a very respectful manner. When they make a mistake, they will tell you, I'm sorry. They can use words like, please, can I help you? So this is not about common sense, because common sense is not common, as we know. That is to tell you that they are very polite. Respect for them is Very, very important. Australia is super multicultural. From statistics, it is known that 30% of those living in Australia currently are born overseas. These people come from over 190 countries, with the most common country of birth after Australia, such as Indian, China, Vietnamese, England, New Zealand. And one beautiful thing about meeting people from different cultural value is the fact you get to learn their culture, you get to know their different cuisines, their food, and then you get to test them. Their food that before now I will never taste, but currently I eat them because I have come to a point where I have made friends from Indian, I've made friends from Ghana, I've made friends from other nationality, and I have found a way to blend. Please, no one should misjudge me, because just as I said earlier, our experiences are subjective. Our journey is unique, are different, and should be respected. So one of the cons with them about living in Australia that personally I have seen is that, one, it is so difficult to make friends with the locals. As someone who is social and friendly, and comparing from the country where I come from, it is easy to make friends in my country. From the university, from sitting with your classmates, from attending parties here and there. Like, you meet people in the streets, and from chatting and having few conversation, you exchange numbers, you get talking, and somehow from acquaintance you grow to becoming good friends. But for the past 2 years I've been in Australia, I'm going to tell you vividly that I do not have any local friend. To cite an example, during the orientation week when I first came into the university here to run my master's, the orientation week was mainly for international students. So most of the people I met were Indians. 90% of my classmates till date are Indians. We are 2 students from Africa, and I am the only Nigerian. That is to tell you that it makes it very difficult for you to meet local people, trying to get to know them. And sometimes even during the classes, after the class, for example, sometimes we are put in a group to share ideas, to do some project. The moment that class is over, everyone wants to go out. Where they are rushing to is what I don't know. And the next thing you are going to hear from a local is, oh, bye, see you, take care, and that is it. So with this situation, it is very difficult to make friends. I can't say for those who are in the working setting or working environment, but as a student and as someone who is even doing some part-time job, I'm going to tell you that I'm yet to meet a guy or a lady I am going to say or refer to as a friend who is a local in Australia. So those of you who are students here, who have visited Australia, please, I want you to put down on the comment section if what I have said is the obvious truth, or if you have experienced something different from what I have just narrated. If you are someone who is so interested in making friends, I think you should put more effort. You should be more proactive. You should join clubs, like clubs in school, sport clubs, nutritional clubs, depending on what you like to do. So with that, I think it is easier for you to meet more locals, chat with them, and get connected to them. Because for me, all I do is study, work, sleep, and mind my business. So I think that is another reason why it was difficult for me to have gotten a local friend. Another thing I'm going to say here is that life in Australia is expensive. Please, that is one thing I'm going to say that I am not comfortable with that. That is not my cup of tea, because at the end of the day, it is not, the decision is not on me to make. This is how I found the economy. Everything here is expensive. So if you're coming to study here, just know that you're going to be paying so much tuition as an international student. For example, a local may be paying 10,000 per year, and you as an international student, you're going to be spending close to $35,000 to $40,000 per year. I'm still grateful to the fact that I was opportune to get 20% scholarship, but it is nothing compared to how much I still have to pay from my pocket. Inflation is not even smiling at anyone. So guys, these are the few things I have decided to drop here. If you have any question, feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram is functioning, and if you feel there's other content you think I should educate people on, just please leave it on the comment section till I come your way next time. Keep staying safe and blessed. Bye.